So ayun, what's up? Sana all TV at New Zealand, syempre, proud Pinoy, pusong Pinoy. So ayun, sa video na ito mga kasana all TV ay para ito sa mga kababayan ko or kapwa ko Pilipino na nandito sa New Zealand at currently holding International Driver's License or Philippine Driver's License. So sa video na ito, isi-share ko kung paano yung pag-process ko or pag-convert ko ng aking Philippine Driver's License into New Zealand Driver's License. So ayun, bago ang lahat, kung ikaw ay meron kang driver's license, kung Philippine driver's license or international driver's license ang hawak mo, valid siya dito ng 1 year. Oo, tama, narinig mo kasana all TV. Pwede mo siyang gamitin dito ng 1 year. Kagaya ng sa akin, ginamit ko yung akin hanggang 1 year. So, nung bago mag-expire, bago mag 1 year, i-convert ko siya into New Zealand driver's license. So, ayan, tatakpan ko lang yung mga masiselang codes. So, ayan po, Nobleza Andi po. So, ayun. Ang kailangan mo lang maipasa yung theory exam. Kung ikaw meron international license, kailangan mo lang mag-conduct ng exam. So, para ma-convert mo into New Zealand driver's license. So, dun sa exam, kailangan, ang passing score niya is 32 out of 35 questions. So, ayun, yung exam na yun ay regarding lang siya, tungkol lang siya sa mga road rules and regulations dito sa New Zealand. So, kung talagang driver ka naman, yung iba, familiar na sa'yo yun. Yun nga lang, syempre, ang New Zealand is right-handed. So, galing tayo sa left-handed into right-handed. So, kailangan mo talaga siyang aralin. So, ayun, regarding naman sa mga questions na may encounter mo or gusto mong mag-review or reviewer, pwede kang bumili sa AA. So, may nabibili nito sa AA na mga questions na halagang $20. So, lahat ng questions na pwede nyong ma-encounter, nandun na. So, at the same time, pwede ka rin mag-download sa App Store or kaya sa Play Store. Pero may bayad din yon. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-download na lang ako sa Play Store. So, ito, libre ko nang isi-share sa inyo yung aking reviewer. So, bali 212 na questions yung inaral ko sa loob ng siguro 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So, ayun. Review lang ako ng review kapag may oras ako kasi gusto ko talagang one time yung isang beses na exam lang. So, pero 35 lang yung kukunin doon. Random kasi yun eh. So, kailangan mo talagang i-memorize yung mga rules, codes ng New Zealand. So, yun ang ginawa ko hanggang sa dumating na sa point na nagpa-register na ako or pa-appointment na ako ng aking exam. So, nagbayad ako ng 146 New Zealand dollar. So, yung binayaran ko na yon, kung halimbawa bumagsak ako sa unang attempt ng aking exam, so yung kasunod na exam noon, yung second attempt, libre na yon. So, yun, pero pinilit ko pa rin na mag one attempt lang kasi sayang din naman eh. So, abala rin, so kasi may trabaho rin ako. So, pinilit ko talaga siya. So, sa video na ito, isi-share ko kung ano yung mga posibilidad na ma-encounter yung mga questions kung kayo ay mag-i-exam. And at the same time, hindi nyo na kailangan kung ayaw nyo nang bumili ng $20 sa AA na reviewer, ayaw nyo mag-download or magbayad sa Play Store. So, dito, libre nyo nang mapapanood dahil isi-share ko yung question na mga na-encounter ko. So, 212 na question siya mga kasana all TV. At 35 lang, random 35 question lang yung kukunin doon. So, ayun, sana makatulong ito sa inyo, sa mga kababayan ko na gusto mag-convert ng license. So, baka para sa inyo itong video na ito, libre lang ito, isi-share ko sa inyo kung ano yung naging reviewer ko. Tara, samahan nyo ako. So ayun, what's up? Welcome back mga master, mga kasana all TV. So ito yung dinownload ko sa Google, theory test. Itong may letter L na yan, yan yung ginamit ko nga reviewer. So pagka-click mo nyan, so charan! So meron siyang choices, either car, motorcycle, or heavy vehicle. Since nasa map tayo, map pala yung M-O-P-E-D, map. So dito tayo sa car. So click nyo lang yung car. Kung ayaw nyo bumili, dito na lang tayo sa dito na lang tayo sa libre. So ayun. So kung makikita nyo dyan, ito yung overall niya is 212. Then itong mock test na to, ito na yung random, yung parang magti-train ka na, magpa-practice ka na ng 35 random yan. Pero dito sa video na ito, i-share ko yung buong 212 na questions. So yung 212 na question, compose siya ng road signs 14 questions, road positions 9 questions, parking 7 questions, intersection 28 questions, emergencies 15 questions, core 99 questions, behavior 40 questions, tapos yung overall is 212. 212. Since gusto kong i-share lahat, diretso tayo dito sa overall. Itong all na to, 212. Ay, medyo may kahabaan tong video na to kasi nung nagre-review ako to, inaabot ako isang oras dito sa 212 na questions na to, mga master. So, hindi ko alam kung masasagot ko pa ng tama lahat dito. So, at least papakita naman dito yung correct na sagot. So, ayun, tara, let's go. So, click natin to. So, ayan, makikita nyo dyan. How close are you allowed to park your vehicle to a vehicle entrance? So, ang tamang sagot dyan ata, 1 meter. So, vehicle entrance, so 1 meter. So, tingnan natin kung tama o hindi. So, ayun, correct. So, tama, isa na agad, makikita nyo dyan. Next tayo. So, makikita nyo dyan, may tama na tayong isa, may tama tayo sa utak. So, ayun, how often does the vehicle require warrant of fitness if it was first registered on after January 2010? Dito, dalawa kasi to medyo malilito ka dito, pero dito tayo sa, try ko sa 6 months. Every 6 months. Pero alam ko, every 12 months to. So, 3 years old siya, so 6 months tayo. 6. So ayan, tamang sagot, 12 months. So ayun, mali agad tayo. So nakalimutan natin, lipas na. So next tayo, kasi 112 to. It is not necessary for you to carry your learner's license when you drive if your supervisor has learned now. False. So dapat kailangan mo pa rin dala yung learner's license. So ayun, correct siya, mga master. So at a runabout, you must give way to all vehicle which cross your path from left. False, kasi dapat mag-give way ka sa nasa right. So ayun, correct na naman tayo. Tapos, you must not open the door of your vehicle when, so ang tamang sagot is it is likely to cause hazard to pedestrian or cyclist. Ito yung tamang sagot dito. 'Di ba? Alala ko pa yan. How close you can park your vehicle to approach side of a pedestrian crossing where the broken 6 meters. Matik to. So, ayun. Correct na naman. So, ibaba natin to. So, edit natin to. So, what does a blue reflector cat's eye mean? So, it's center line. Fire hydrant pala. Sorry naman. So ayun, at least nagre-review tayo. When you see a yellow broken line painted on the road near the curb, what does it mean? So, only buses allowed to park, you may only stop. No vehicles are allowed all times. Walang bawal. Yun. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Since naka-green siya, ito nakapula, mag-give way ba? No. So, if your vehicle has a space saver wheel fitted, what is the maximum speed you are allowed to drive? So, ito yung reserba. So, pwede ka lang sa 80. Maximum na yon. What should you do when you are driving on a steep, narrow road downhill and there's a vehicle coming towards you? So, move over to the left and give way to the vehicle. Yun, pagbigyan mo yung napaakyat. So, tama. What should you do if you see pedestrian with a white cane crossing the road in front of you? So, what should you do if you see a pedestrian with a white cane? So, you should just wait for them to cross. Siyempre, bawal mong businahan yan. Oh, ito. Ito yung 6 months lang, mga master. Sigurado na to. Oh, di ba? What is the alcohol limit for a driver under 20 years old? So, yan, 0 dapat. 0 limit. So, what does a fire hydrant? So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So, ayun, syempre, nasa kaliwa ka, mag-give way ka sa lahat ng nasa kanan. Yes. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Syempre, mag-give way ka kasi main road yon. Yes. Galing kanan. So, you are the driver the blue car, you want to make left turn on the intersection. So, ayun, ang tamang sagot dito is indicate your turning left, increase speed to enable the person indicate that you are turning left and stay behind. Yon, stay behind the cyclist and let him pass. All, di ba? So ayun, ito. Ano yung what is after overtaking another vehicle, what is the least distance of clear road? So ang tamang sagot dito is 100 meters. Na distansya dapat na clear road. O, di ba? So how should you safely approach an intersection when driving? So drive at speed and allows you to stop if necessary. So, check. All right. To drive a car, what class of license do you need? So, class 1 syempre, kasi kotse lang. You must switch on your headlights when driving when visibility less than 100 meters. Diba? Puro correct. So ito, what does it means? Ito yon, letter A, drive carefully as small loose stones on the road may flicker and break your windscreen. Ito yung sagot dyan, letter A. So, what is the maximum speed you are allowed to drive from when you drive past an accident? So, 20. Lahat ng may mga aksidente o roadworks, 20 lang yan. So, diba? What is the maximum length of load allowed to overhang in the front of your vehicle? So, etang tamang sagot dito, 3 meter from the edge of the front seat. Diba? Kuwang-kuha pa rin. When you are allowed to use flash medians when you are turning right. Uy, tama pa rin. You must give way to all vehicle will cross your path from right at the runabout. True. Who is allowed to legally stop you and carry out a road side check of your vehicle? The police. When you are at night, which vehicle lights must you switch on? So, syempre, headlights, hazard, full beam. Syempre, headlights tayo. What must you do if your vehicle holds a current warrant of fitness but at the back, red stop? So, ayun. Anong gagawin mo? Syempre, fix it as soon as possible. Letter C. Nakakachamba tayo When driving with a learner's license, you must always have a supervisor with you when driving. A supervisor who held current valid license for a year. False. Dapat 2 years. So ayun, what is the meaning of this traffic light? So ayun, stop if it is safe to do so. So pag naka-orange na, so wag mo nang pilitin. What is the maximum speed you are allowed to drive when you are driving with a space saver wheel on your vehicle? Syempre 80. A vehicle is not roadworthy if it is releasing smoke that you can see it for more than 10 seconds. Pag hindi na nakakakan, hindi na siya healthy. So ayan, you are the driver of the blue car. So which hazard? So alin ba yung medyo hazard dyan? 1, 2, 3. So dito tayo sa number 2. So letter B. Alright. When you are driving in a funeral procession, what must you do? So ito yung kailangan mong gawin dyan. Drive your vehicle's headlights on deep. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So ito highway to, so kailangang mag-give way. Yes. When you approach a stop sign, where you must stop. So yun, you must stop where you can see all the vehicle coming from all direction. So dapat kailangan mo makita lahat ng vehicles from all direction, di ba? If one of back tires of a vehicle has blown out, what will the vehicle do? So, the vehicle will sway left to right pag naputokan ka sa likod. Who is responsible for ensuring all the passenger in your vehicle over the 15? So, on a seatbelt. So, the passenger, syempre, pag over the 15. Pag below 15, yung driver. A supervisor who is teaching you how to drive needs the held their license for how long? So, ito, 2 years or more. What must you do before you move when you want to move your vehicle out of parking space into traffic flow? So indicate ka 3 seconds 3 seconds indicators. Ito yung signal light. Diba? You are the driver of the blue car. What must you do? So ayun. Kailangan mong mag-give way. Vehicle must give way to any no. You must wait and give way to the cyclist. Letter D. So ayun. What should you do if you are blinded a vehicle on a loose metal road, gravel road? So ayun, ang tamang sagot dito, drive to the condition by altering your speed to match them. So ayun, ima-match mo lang yung speed mo sa kanila. Where is the fastest place to carry goods inside your vehicle? So dito tayo sa boot. Ito yung compartment. So ito, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes, kasi ito naka-stop sign siya, ito naka-go. So yes. Diba? Which part of the car must be in good condition to prevent too much noise and gases going into the car? So dito tayo sa silencer and exhaust system. Puro tama. So what does this sign mean? So ito ang sign nito, the maximum allowed speed is 50 km per hour. Ito yung tamang sagot dyan. Maximum 50. What are some of the ways that alcohol and drugs can affect your driving? So, all senses. So, they can affect your driving slow reaction. Ito, tama to. Letter C. So, yun. Tama na naman. So, ito naman, ito ay fire hydrant, passing lane. So, ito, passing lane to. Pag puti. Ay! Center of line pala. Mali. Sorry naman. Wala na. When
When are you allowed to continue driving if you're waiting at a school patrol crossing with both sign held out? So ayun, when signs on the side has been taken, when pedestrian finish crossing, pedestrian you're finish with both sides. Ito, when both sides. So dapat matanggal na. So according to the traffic signal, you can turn right. So ayun, true. Makakapag-turn right ka pag walang kasalubong. So what should you do if the vehicle behind you is following you very closely? So ayun, kapag sinusundan ka ng madikit na madikit, so decrease your speed, move safely to the left, and let the vehicle pass. Letter D ang tamang sagot. You must not drive with the supervisor if you hold restricted license between the following hours. So kapag naka-restricted license ka lang, hindi ka pwede mag-drive ng 10 PM to 5 AM. So what does it means? So ito, ang meaning nito is the speed limit is now 100 km per hour. Oh, 'di ba? Tanda ko pa. So ito, yung kailangan mo dito is to park here, you must display a mobility parking permit. When you are allowed to do what are you not allowed to do when driving in a motorway? So ito, stop to pick up any person hitchhiking. So bawal ka mag-pick up sa motorway. So when you should use the 4-second rule. So para saan ba tong 4-second rule na to? So 4-second rule, if I am not mistaken, when it is wet, frosty, and there's icy conditions. So 4-second rule ang gagamitin mo dyan. If you are at the intersection, turning left, you must give way to all vehicle coming towards you. That you are turning right. True? False. Mali. O, bahala na kayo mintindi dyan. So, you are the driver of the blue car. What must you do in this situation? So, ayun, give way ka, yun, no? Kita mo yung sign, give way ka. So, stop and wait and give way to the cyclist. Diba? Before you have any work done, modify. So, bago ka mag-modify ng inyong mga vehicle, so, kailangan mo muna ng ito. Kailangan mo tong check that it will be compliant at an authorized vehicle inspection center. So, kailangan mo yan, letter B. If crash happen and someone is hurt, when must the driver report to the police? So, within 24 hours, dapat mai-report yan. When towing another vehicle at night, the rear of towed vehicle must display a red light. So, yun. What must you do when you are driving behind another vehicle in wet condition? So, use 4-second rule. Wet condition yan. Tsaka frosty. 4-second rule yan. At traffic lights, if green arrow is pointing to the right and the red is showing as well, so you can turn right only. If your vehicle has the flat tire and you have to replace it with space saver tire, what must you do? So, ayun, drive immediately to somewhere the flat tire can be replaced or repaired. So, ayun, letter B. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No, hindi siya magi-give way. Kasi nasa highway siya eh. If visible smoke is emitted from vehicle, it should be not. So, yun, kapag medyo madilim na yung smoke, letter B, 10 seconds. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So, no. Kasi nakastop yung pula eh. Ayan, makikita nyo yung code logo dyan. What does it mean sign? So, accident. So, the maximum allowed speed is 20 km per hour. Tandaan yan, 20 lang kapag may accident. To judge the following distance when driving a car in a wet condition, so 4-second to, 4-second rule. What must you do when you are driving and you hear siren or see red flashing light? So ayun, from a fire engine or ambulance. So kailangan mong move over as soon as possible and let them pass. Boom. Correct. You may not drive on a learner's license without supervisor. Who is qualified to be supervisor? So, ang kailangan dyan, a person who has any age who holds a fully driver's license. So, mali. A person who has, so ito, kailangan dapat 2 years yung license na as a fully license. Correct. What should you do if the vehicle behind you begins to overtake? So, kailangan mag-decrease. Move your vehicle safely to the left side of the lane you're driving. So, ayun, pagbigyan mo siya. What should you do if you are driving and feel sleepy? So, ayun, kung inaantok ka. So, carefully pull off, stop, and on the left of the road and have a break. So, mag-break ka muna. So, what should you do if the vehicle behind you wants to overtake? So, ayun, kung may gustong mag-overtake sa inyo. So, ayun, dito ka sa Move your vehicle safely to the left-hand side of the lane. So, dito ka. So, move. Ito to. Dito ka ata. Decrease. Tama na kasi yung letter C. So, when should you use the fog lights on your vehicle? So, kailangan mo ito siya kapag ano siya, frosty or I don't know. Dito ka sa foggy condition. Letter D. So, what does it means? So, ito, left-hand lane is not open. Letter D. Tamang sagot. Alright. So, ito, runabout to. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So, nasa ano siya. So, hindi niya kailangan mag-give way kasi siya yung nasa right. Wala naman tao dun sa right niya. No. You do not need to signal at come up to a small runabout, but you need to signal left. True. True ito, true. Hindi mo kailangan mag-signal. If you are going straight through a runabout, you do not indicate as you approach the runabout, and you indicate left as you pass and exit before one you want to take. True or false? False. True. Siyempre, true. You wish to make right turn on a narrow country road. Nabubulol. There is a vehicle coming towards you, traffic behind you. What is the safest things to do? So, ayun. Indicate left. Di tayo sa letter C. Then wait until all the vehicles have passed before indicating turning right. So, tama. When you are driving on a private motor vehicle, are you allowed to stop? No, never. So, wag kang mag-i-stop sa bus stop kapag private yung dala mo. You can be fined if your vehicle is not a road does not meet the warrant of fitness. Ayun, kapag hindi nakapasa sa warrant of fitness, kailangan mo ma-fine doon. True yun. So, when should you use the hazard lights? So, ayun, when you need to indicate that your vehicle is temporary hazard to other traffic. So, tama ito. Letter A. What direction can police officer overrule the intersections? All of the above. So, what does this sign mean? So, ito, low safety zone, limited speed zone. So, parang limited to. Or low safety zone. Ito, limited speed zone to. So, accident. So, kailangan mo mag-drive ng maximum. Accident ahead. Reduce speed to 20 km per hour. Drive carefully until you pass the crash site. Letter A. So, you must carry your driver's license with you at all times while driving. So, kailangan, syempre, true. So, what color flashing light does the oversized vehicle? So, oversized. So, yun. Yellow or purple? Yellow pala, yung mga oversize. When you are parking your vehicle downhill on a steep narrow road, what is the good idea? So ito, paborito ko to. So turn the front wheels into the vehicle towards the curb and leave the vehicle park in a reverse gear. So kapag nakapark ka ng pabulusok, so dapat naka-reverse gear ka. Letter C. So ito, mahalaga to. What does this sign mean? So 5 parking zone. So, ayun. Dito tayo. Sana ba yon? Any vehicle can stop here to unload goods or people for maximum of 5 minutes. Letter C. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So, have to give way. Yes. Kailangan niya mag-give way. What must you do when you approach in a single lane bridge? Bridge. So, ayun. If you have the right of way, continue driving and make approaching vehicle reverse. Mali. Reduce your speed and check for, ayan, letter C. Tamang sagot. What must you do if your glass falls from your vehicle on the road? So, ayun. Kailangan mo siyang letter B. If it is safe to do, clean it up immediately, otherwise report to the local police station. So, what is the closest you can park your vehicle to an intersection where there are no. So ayun, pinakamalapit na walang broken yellow line. So dapat 6 meters. Correct. So does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes, kasi highway yan eh. So you are going to open your car door. When you look into the mirror and see a cyclist approaching, what must you do? So ayun, wait for the cyclist to pass before opening the door. So ayun, letter C. When there is a police officer directing traffic at an intersection, their direction will overrule road sign traffic. True. So what does it mean when you see a yellow flashing traffic lights? So ayun, you're approaching Road works, traffic signal. Yon. The traffic signals are not working. You must use the giveaway rules. Letter B. Can you park a private vehicle in the bus stop? No, never. So yun, tandaan nyo, never yan. When you are driving on a learner's license, you can take passengers as long as your supervisor false. False, hindi ka pwede magkuha ng passenger. What does a warrant of fitness show? So how often vehicle has been involved now? So how long? This one, that the vehicle was deemed to safe to be driven on the road at the time it was checked. So letter D. So what must you do if you heard a sheep are coming towards you on country road? So ayun. Dito tayo, reduce your speed and move safely over to the left side of the road. Letter B. You must look and check that there is enough room for you on the other side of the lane before entering over railway. True. So nakakaantok to, no? Kasi 212. So ayun, what must you do if you want to change lane from right hand to left hand? So ayun, indicate ka ng 3 seconds kapag gusto mong mag-change lane. Kailangan yan. Correct. Letter C. Before making left turn into a driveway, what must you do? So pag magle-left turn ka sa driveway, so ayun, indicate 3 seconds. Syempre magle-left turn ka eh. Letter C. Correct. So ayun, what is the minimum required trade depth of the car? So ito, pagkakaalam ko kung di pa ako nagkakamali, 1.5 to. Ayun, yung lalim ng gulong na pwede mo pang gamitin, yung standard, so 1.5. So does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes, kasi nasa highway yung pula. So what is 2-second rule for? 4. So ayun, ang tamang sagot dito is letter A, to allow safe following distance between vehicle which are going to the same speed. Letter A. So when must you move over the side of the road to let an ambulance or fire engine pass you? So when it is flashing its lights or using siren, kapag nagsisirena sila or nagpa-flasher. So letter C. Correct. So what does it mean? So ito ang means nito, the right side of the bridge. Ito makikita nyo ganyan, right side of the bridge. Letter B. So where you must display the warrant fitness label of your car. So saan dapat siya nakalagay? So dito siya. On the right, mali. On the left of the windscreen of the top corner. So dito tayo sa letter D. So ito yung warrant of fitness. Ay, on the right, tama naman Ayun nga pala, yung left pala yung nasa yung registration. Sorry naman, ang tamang sagot ay letter C. So does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So no, hindi niya kailangan mag-give way kasi highway yan eh. Correct. So what does this sign mean? So ang ibig sabihin nito, stop on request. Letter D. So when you must use your indicators to show you are turning light. So 3 seconds or more before you make turn. So 3 minuto, 3 segundo. So does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So yes, kailangan niya mag-give way kasi nasa highway yung pula. You can pass on the left at an intersection when it's safe to do if the vehicle in front of you is indicating turning left. So ito, letter D. Mali, letter C pala. Letter C ang tamang sagot. So at what speed should you drive past a crash site? So 20 km. So ulitin natin, 20 km lang ang allowed kapag may aksidente. Letter B, correct. So does the person driving the blue car have to give way? So yes, kailangan niya mag-give way kasi nasa highway yung pula. Correct. If a passenger is over 15 years or over, who is responsible for making sure that they are wearing seatbelt? Syempre, ang tamang sagot dito, the passenger themselves. Pag 15 years old above, so passenger themselves. Letter C, correct. So when carrying load on the roof of your car, what is the maximum distance it can extend either side from the center line of the vehicle? So ang tamang sagot dito is 125 to 50. 125. Letter B. Correct, 'di ba? So what does the yellow reflector cat's eye mean? So ang ibig sabihin nito, no overtaking. Letter C. Correct. So when approaching a pedestrian crossing without a raised traffic island, what must you do? So, kailangan mong mag-give way to any pedestrians on the crossing. Letter C. Alright. What is the speed? What speed is allowed when you are passing a bus displaying a school sign? So, dapat pag itong mga bus station, mga school area, 20 km lang yan. Letter A. So, correct. So, what rule should you apply when merging into a traffic? So, kapag mag-merge ka into traffic, ang kailangan mong i-apply na rule is merge like zip, allow one vehicle, then go. Letter C. Who is allowed to ask you to do a breath screening test? Siyempre, a police. Letter D. In which of the following situation are you allowed to overtake another vehicle? So, kailangan. When you are able to see minimum 100 meters of clear road, yun nun. Pwede ka mag-overtake kapag makakita ka ng 100 meters na clear road. Letter C. When driving along a road with no lanes marked, where must you drive your vehicle? So, dito ka lang magdadrive sa as close as to the left-hand side of the road if possible. Letter D. So, what is the maximum distance allowed between one vehicle towing another vehicle? So, hindi ko natandaan to. So, dito tayo sa 4 meters. Di ba? Tama pa rin, nakachamba. So, according to the traffic signal, you can turn left. False. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-left kasi nakapula. Correct. You are driving on a road with 3 lanes. On your side of the road, there is 1 lane. In the opposite side are 2 lanes coming towards you. Are you allowed to overtake if there is a dash white cane? Yes. Diba? So, you are approaching a single lane bridge and you see this sign. What do you do? What do you have to do? So, ayun, give way to any vehicle coming towards you. Mag-give way ka kasi pula kang maliit eh. Give way. Diba? Letter A, correct. Excuse me. So, the speed limit when towing a trailer on an open road is, kapag magtotow ka ng trailer is 90. Letter C, correct. What must you do when you see 2 red flashing light outside a fire station? So, ayun, stop ka. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing. Letter D, correct. What must you do if you are driving past a row of parked cars and you see a ball bouncing into the road in front of you? So, ito ang pinakamaganda mong gawin dito. Reduce your speed and be ready to stop. So, ayun, letter C. Ayun, correct. So, ito, what does this sign mean? So, tamang sagot dito is railway level crossing ahead. Letter C. Diba? So, how much space should you allow when you are overtaking a cyclist? Kapag mag-overtake ka sa mga cyclist, ang space na kailangan mo is 1.5 meters. Correct, letter B. So, you are allowed to stop or park your vehicle over a fire hydrant if someone who can drive the vehicle stay with it. So, true. Letter A, correct. So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No, hindi niya kailangan mag-give way kasi malapit siya sa likuan eh. No. Correct. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes, kailangan niya mag-give way kasi may red car sa kanyang kanan. Yes. Correct. Drinking alcohol is slow down your reaction time when you are driving. True or false? True. Correct. When you must dip your headlight while driving with your headlights on full beam. So, ayun. Kailangan mong mag-dip when driving towards police officer on duty. Letter C. Correct. When pulling out the curb into traffic flow, you must indicate for, so ayun, 3 seconds. Correct. Following the give way rule, how must you treat the entrance way of public car parks? So ayun, as an intersection. Letter C. Correct. So ayun, you are the driver of the blue car. Which of the hazard, alin yung mga hazardous dyan? So number 2, hanapin mo. Letter B, number 2. Correct. So, what must you do when you are making a right turn at the traffic lights which show a red arrow pointing to the right? So, red arrow. You continue driving if there is no other vehicles. Yung what must you do when you are making right turn? So, stop and wait for green arrow. Letter B. Correct. You are allowed to use a right turn bay to pass a vehicle that is traveling straight. True or false? False. False. Correct. What should you do when you want to turn right on a narrow country road and there is a vehicle coming towards you at a traffic following you? So, kailangan mo nang indicate right and wait on your side. Indicate left, and dito letter D. So, indicate left, pull over into the left hand side of the road and turn. Letter D ang tamang sagot. Correct? What must you do when you approach traffic lights and the lights turn from greens to yellow? So, ayun. Reduce the speed and stop if it is safe to do so. Letter A. Correct? So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Hindi niya kailangan mag-give way kasi nasa right siya. No. Correct? If you drink a small amount of alcohol before driving, how can affect you? So, ayun, it will affect your senses. Letter C. Correct? What does the sign mean? 70. So, the maximum speed, allowed speed is 70 km per hour. Letter D. Ito siya, letter D. Correct? When must you switch when must you switch on the headlights of your vehicle? So, ayun, 30 minutes after sunset and 30 minutes before sunrise. Correct? So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes, kailangan niya mag-give way. Kasi nakapula siya, naka-green yung red. Correct? What must you do if you are driving and the bonnet of your vehicle lifts up and you cannot see? So, ayun. The best mong gawin dito is smoothly apply your brakes and pull over to the left side of the road as quickly as safe to do so. So, letter B. Correct? So, are you allowed to drive a vehicle carrying a load that is not properly secure? No, never. Letter D. Correct? Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No, hindi niya kailangan mag-give way. Naka-green siya, naka-red yung red. So, correct? So, what do the road markings in picture mean? So, ang ibig sabihin nito, so, vehicles who are turning right must wait inside the painted triangle safe to run the opposite lane. So, letter C. False. So, letter D. So, tamang sagot, vehicles turning right must use the right turn bay driving over the top of the road markings and wait until it's safe to turn. Letter D. So, mali tayo doon. So, what must you do if you are driving on a motorway and your vehicle breaks down? So, ang tamang sagot dito, pull over the left side of the road, raise the boot and bonnet of your vehicle and put your hazard lights on. So, letter C. Correct? What is the maximum speed you are allowed to drive when passing a school bus? 20 km per hour pag school bus. So, correct? So, what does the T2 sign on a transit lane mean? So, ibig sabihin nito, you must have maximum, where is it? You have a minimum of 2 people driving the vehicle in this lane. So, ito yung tamang sagot. You have must a minimum of 2 people in the vehicle. Letter A. Correct? So, what does this sign means? So, bus stop, ang tamang sagot is letter D, bus stop only. You must not stop your vehicle at any time. Letter D. Correct? So, when driving on a restricted license, you are allowed to take passenger if they are husband or wife. Yes, true. Correct? What must you do? What must you do when you are on a road with marked lanes and you are driving in a lane which has no arrow showing left turn only? So, yun, make a left turn. Correct? When you are allowed to use flash median strip. Dito tayo sa letter A. When you are moving in and out in the traffic flow from a side of the road driveway. Correct? So, does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No. Correct? What should you do if you are driving on a country road at night and your vehicle headlights suddenly stop? So, the best thing you can do is reduce your speed and move carefully off the road at left, stop and switch your vehicle hazard lights. Letter D. Correct? When making a right turn from a 2-lane road into one-way streets, which 2 lanes must you turn? The right-hand lane. Letter A. Correct? When driving into sunstrike, you can wear sunglasses and use your vehicle sun visors for safety. What else can you do? So, ayun. Pull carefully over to the left side of the road and if it is necessary, stop and wait for few minutes. Letter D. Correct? Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes. Kailangan niya mag-give way. Yes. Letter A, correct. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No, hindi niya kailangan mag-give way kasi naka-stop sign yung color red. Correct. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No, never. Correct. So if you are caught by the police driving while you are disqualified, they can impound your vehicle on the spot. True. Letter A, correct. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Give way? No. Yes. Kailangan niya mag-give way, yes. Correct. What must you display on the back of the trailer when you are towing at night? So, a red light, letter B. Correct. So, what does it mean? So, ang ibig sabihin nito, the maximum speed allowed is 100 km per hour, letter B. Correct. So, what is the minimum amount of the visibility you should have if you have driving on a foggy condition? So, 100 meters or more. So, correct. Letter B. What does it means when you see a diamond painted on the road? So, ayun, diamond painted, ang ibig sabihin niyan is you are approaching a pedestrian crossing. Letter A. Correct. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? No. Kasi naka-give way sa inyong cyclist. You are allowed to park your vehicle on a road, on a loading zone when you are unloading passenger or goods. Letter A. Correct. So, malapit na tayo. Your current roof must be prominently displayed on the windscreen. Where should it placed? So, ayun, nasa sa right side siya dapat. Roof. Ito. In the side of front windscreen of the driver's side. Correct. Are you allowed to drive a map car on a car license? Yes. Correct. Which of your vehicle lights must you have turned on when driving on a foggy condition? So, ayun, headlights on deep. Letter B. Correct. What is the safest way to pass a person riding a horse? So, ayun. Tamang sagot dito, drive carefully and closely behind them until they leave the road and allow you to pass. Letter D. Mali. The tamang correct answer is reduce your speed and allow them to mature. Okay, letter B, the correct answer. So, what must you do when you approach a red light showing at a traffic light? So, ayun, stop and continue driving if you are turn left. Mali. Stop your vehicle and wait till traffic light change into green. Letter D. Correct. What must you do when you are waiting at a railway level crossing in a red light? Carry on flashing after a train has gone. So, ayun. The correct answer here is wait until the lights stop flashing before you continue driving. Letter B. Correct. If you're a driver involved in an accident, what is the first thing you must do? So, yun. The correct answer here, the tamang sagot dito ay stop and check if anyone is injured. Letter C. Correct. While driving at night, you must always dip the headlights on your vehicle when you are driving behind any other vehicle. So, letter C. Correct. So, what this design means? What does design means? The left side of the bridge. Correct. Letter A. To help you from being blinded by a headlight of a vehicle coming towards you, what should you do? So, ayun. Look at the left side of the road. Letter A. Correct. So, what does the sign means? 40. So, the sign means this one. The maximum amount of time you may park here at all times is 40 minutes. Letter D. Fali. All of the days. Okay. Letter B. Letter B. All of the other. Okay. When you approach a railway level crossing, you will see this sign. What should you do? So, ayun. Ayan yan. Slow down and carefully check your both right. Make sure you're crossing safe to drive over. So, letter A. Correct. Oy. Does the person driving the blue car have to give way? Yes. Kasi nasa highway yung red. What must you do when you are turning right at a runabout? So, ayun. Signal right as you approach and before mali. Signal right only if there is a vehicle to your left at the runabout. Signal right as you exit and approach the runabout. Letter A. Correct. Mali. Tama ba? Letter C. Tama nga kasi yun eh. Signal right as you approach and before entering the runabout. Okay, letter C. Mali. Sorry. When you see a broken yellow line painted near the edge of the road, it means that you can stop. False. You cannot stop there. Correct. What must you do if an ambulance behind you with its red flashing light or using sirens? So ayun, reduce speed and move over as soon as possible and allow ambulance to pass. Letter C. Correct. So which vehicle gives away if two vehicles are facing give way sign? So the vehicle that is turning. Letter C. Correct. When overtaking a school bus, he stopped collect 20 kilometer school bus. Correct. So what is the maximum distance a load may extend in the front seat of your seat? So 3 meters. Correct. What is the color of painted line at the giveaway side on a seal road? White. Correct. Letter B. So what does it mean? So correct answer is letter A, breakdown or crash ahead. Correct. What is the rule you should use to judge a safe following distance when driving in a frosty condition? So letter D, 4-second rule. Correct. Who is legally allowed to ask you give sample of blood if you fail a breath screening? So a medical doctor, police officer, or an approved person. So correct. Letter C. Correct. What must you do when you see a blue and red lights flashing behind you? So letter B, you must reduce speed, pull over and safe as possible. Letter C. So what is the maximum length is allowed to extend behind the rear axle of the vehicle? So the correct answer here is rear axle of the vehicle is 2.5 4 meters. Sorry. Letter D. So if front tire of a vehicle has blowout, what will the vehicle do? So the vehicle will pour towards the direction of blowout. Letter A. Correct. Who is responsible for ensuring child under 15 years old uses a safety belt or safety seat? So the driver of the vehicle. Letter B. The police have the power to arrest you for doing which of the following? Give false name and false address. Letter A. Correct. So what is the best way to check if it is safe reversing your vehicle? So the best way, walk all the way around the vehicle before you reverse. Letter D, the correct answer. Correct. So which of the following vehicle are you allowed to drive if you hold a car license? So letter A, map. So yun, the open road limit is 100 km per hour. Last question. So ayun, correct. So ito yung result ko mga master. So out of 212, 199 correct answers, tapos 13 yung mali ko. Medyo nakalimutan ko at nalito ako. So ito yung mga questions na maaari nyong ma-encounter kapag kayo nag-take ng exam. So 35 lang out of 212 na questions na ito, 35 lang randomly yung kukunin. So ang passing score is 32. So kailangan nyo maka 32. Kaya good luck sa inyo. Punta kayo sa AA, magpa-schedule kayo kapag ready na kayo. So ayun lamang, sana all TV at New Zealand, proud Pinoy, pusong Pinoy. Sana makatulong to sa inyo mga master. So paano ba natin to i-end?